Hi, Kerry again with Best of Us Investors. I'll explain that later. Yesterday I did a video that I told you would be the most important video that you would see in 2022, and I hope it lived up to your expectations. I explained to you that you get oxygen free and it comes through nature, and that I believe in the future you will be getting energy basically free from the sun, and that as a result of the healthcare or health cure revolution, you're going to have disease taken from your body, and how that transformation will even extend to the effect that we can take any abnormalities out of a human being so that we can make the world a better place to live in, that we take aggression out of people, we make the world an equal place, and we all live a better life. And I want to go back and then put this all into perspective as to what has happened in the last 2 months. I've shown you this chart on numerous occasions, a chart that I build in Trading Views. If you don't have Trading Views, you need to go into the description, find a link to it, and get access to this sort of thing. What you're seeing and what I have added to this is the S&P, no, it is the QQQs, these NASDAQ Top 100, and I've added the word change, because I want you to recognize that every time that we have a dip in the market, it is followed by change. In other words, change is preceded by a pullback. Look at in 2020, we had a change. We had a pullback as we reconciled the over-exuberance around the dot-com bubble. As we move forward, we had change as we reconciled the banking bad practices that created the dot-com bubble. And that was then followed by the social media revolution. And it continues on up the chart, and you can see that change is always preceded by a major dip in the market. Now look at the top of that market, and the QQQs are down 15%. Does it start to make sense? We are experiencing the precursor to major change. Where is that change going to come from? It's going to come from technology. What areas is it going to be? What is the most important event that has happened in our life? The coronavirus. So the change is going to be in the field of healthcare. The change, as I told you yesterday, a little further down the road, is going to be on energy. This is change. The problem is, are you going to change with it? Are you going to change the way you invest and stop worrying about what's going on today and anticipate the change? That's what I want to talk to you about in this video, and how maybe I can help you make that change. I'll be right back.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Yesterday, which would be Friday, every Friday, our tribe, the people who meet at the Discord, there's about 2,000 of them that are very active. We come together on a Zoom call and we talk about what's happening in the market. Yesterday, there was a lot of talk about, I'm scared, I'm losing a lot of money, I'm down substantially. And I tried to reassure them, I've been through this before. I saw the dot-com bubble. I experienced the subprime crisis. But always, if you go back to the chart, the change that follows gives more stimulus to the market, particularly the QQQs, the NASDAQ market. Particularly, it gave birth to the My Big Six, and that is Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and then your sixth one, and that is Tesla. I think Facebook's in there as well, but they facilitated change. Now, as I say, the difficulty is it's evident that's going to happen, but what we've got to do is get you to change, get you to understand you can't compete with Wall Street. You can't compete with the machine that they have that takes the market down when they want it down, because they can't make a lot of money if it just goes straight up. It has to have a correction, and they implement that correction, but you react to it. In the video, or in the call yesterday, I made reference to that we're going to change energy. And I put my hand on my chest and I ran it down my belly to the extent of my arm, and I grabbed what I found. And one of my members of my tribe raised his hand and said, "I got a comment." And the first thing he said, "Before I go into what I want to ask you, Carrie, I need to tell you that was the best impersonation I've seen of Michael Jackson in a long time." I think you know what I'm talking about, but I think I want you to, what I'm telling you is life begins there. Whether you're male or female, life begins there. And the change that is going to come to taking disease, taking evil, taking anguish, anxiety out of our system, making our system fair for everybody, and then taking disease and hardship out of our lives is going to make the world a better place. So what I thought I needed to do was reach back to Michael and ask him to give us some instruction. Watch this. I'm going to be starting with me. He says, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. And that's what I'm suggesting to you. Now is the time to make a change, to make the world a better place, your world a better place, and change the way you're investing and invest in the future. Change. I think this is a tremendous message. I think it's where I want to go. It's where I want to help you to go. I want you to understand that the world is changing, and it's changing rapidly, and you have an opportunity if you'll just look beyond the man in the mirror and make a change. Change the way you're investing. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do some swing trading and you can't invest in crypto. Certainly, crypto is a matter of change. But what I am saying is you recognize the change. Don't get hung up on what's going on the day-to-day basis of interest rates. Change is deflationary. It is not inflationary, and that's what we're dealing now with, because the market is not recognizing this is a temporary change. Interest rates are going up because of fear, because of lack of product, because of lack of merchandise. It is not permanent. And as I showed you in that chart, the change, the surge in the market, the advent of technology is always preceded by a dip in the value of the QQQs. Make that change.